So, but I just wanted to send a word up. I've been, like I said, I already sent a couple prayers up for him today. So
Yeah, man.
I just hope he wakes up, man, and he can, because with modern technology, one day they might be able to do something where he can walk again. He
Absolutely.
said his brain is still circulating blood, so he wasn't brain dead. But I'm just like, yo, this is just wild.
Yeah.
This is Ali Baba, young.
Right. Like it's like, and I could have sworn we were just talking about him like not too many episodes ago. Like maybe like
Yeah, it's Ali.
ago.
It's the homie, young. Damn.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Seen that
Yeah.
John. Seen that John. I'm like, the fuck going on out here, bro?
Nah, like
But you know
Pharrell
what?
called me this morning, and I finally finished her wedding video after 2 years. I finally finished the third part, the reception and shit. And I'm like, I'm thinking she calling me to be like, oh, I finally watched it. It looks great or whatever.
Yeah.
And she has that tone. And my first thought is Kobe, because she called me and she woke me up and told me that news.
Yeah.
So that tone was registering to me, but this time she was crying. So I was like, don't let it be. I'm tripping. Like, I don't like how fast my brain works sometimes.
Yeah.
Because the amount of possibilities I stream through consciously before she was like Ali XYZ, it's like, and then it's like, it's kind of like this this Rolodex of the people you love in your life goes through your brain, and
Right.
it stops, and it stopped close enough to where I'm fucked up, and sometimes it may stop to the point where you're just like, oh man, it may hurt you, but it doesn't like overwhelm you and weigh you down all day, and like every thought is kind of going that way when you're thinking, and it's like I said, man, the Rolodex just, and it's just like, it starts within your immediate house. That Rolodex goes through your brain.
Yeah.
Then it goes through like, okay, somebody I'll talk to every day. Then it goes through somebody I was just chilling with, somebody I was just looking forward to talk, somebody I was just working with. So I don't know. How do you guys process those times when you get like those calls that kind of like, I know there's a dark subject, but I just,
Yeah. I told myself don't hold back. Like I got a similar call about one of my friends about 2 years ago now, but he had a nervous system condition.
Yeah.
And just he didn't wake up one day, and so like my manager's calling me, and then and I hear tears in her voice, but I just after the phone call, like it was maybe like 2 minutes later, like I found myself crying, but I was like, yo, like don't hold it back, like don't try to hold in, and try to like comport yourself, like if you're feeling something, it's like just let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's just like shit don't hit me like right away. Like I literally had like my grandma and my dad's closest sister both died like in the same year.
Yeah.
And I even think back to like when Mike died. I'm like, shit don't hit me right away. Like I don't automatically be like, oh damn, son.
Yeah.
I'll be sad in the moment, but it won't really hit me till I'm like sitting by myself and I got time to think, and like life ain't moving so fast. And I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
I ain't seen my grandma.
Yeah, the processing
like,
of it.
I was just walking. Yeah, so
yeah. It's funny.
All
So
right,
Walt, it hit you like right away, Walt?
Well, that one did in particular because I've had other people that weren't as close, in my life,
Yeah.
pass, and it's just I guess level of knowing, because I've had family members pass and I've been upset, and then others I've just kind of like accepted and then known, but
Yeah.
it's all circumstantial too, it's all circumstantial.
Yeah, I do agree, man. It's like that's why I know there's just no way to have love for every human being.
Right.
You can have a love of the principles that you want a person to have or not even principles, but the amenities that you want someone to have life lived through. Like you could say, I know the benefit of sleeping in a bed. So I want as many people to have a bed to sleep in. Like that type of layer to it. But in terms of it being like this altruistic, or not even love, but like this emotional deep attachment where I right away am going to kind of extend that to the white supremacist who's got a hammer coming at me. No, it's not. That's not possible.
Yeah.
And some people have that ability. You know, we just lost an icon who had that ability, John Lewis. You know, that to see the human bearing down behind the monster, you know? And so I get like, so that cycle of like just how you process or who you're conditioned just from being the memories and experiences. Like I think what Lou was saying, where it's like, where I'm like him, I process it, right? And I think for me, it's like processing those moments that you most likely won't get again. You know, where you're just like, yo, I remember like, man, I used like I said, you know, he still has potential to wake up. So praying for that. But, you know, talking with Ali, conversations, you know, stuff like that sorts to, because a part of me is like genuinely thinking, yo, I'm about to link up with him within the next couple months soon, and essentially because
as soon as he wake up, I'm like, yo.
Oh yeah. But now I don't even know if we can because of COVID. So some hospitals, some hospitals you can't even go into. So, you know, to visit people. So I don't know. But yeah, like I'm with you though. As soon as I heard he woke up, we shoot. Where you at, bro? We pulling up for real, yo. Like that's not even a question. Mask on, whatever we need to do. And but yeah, man, like I said, but I think the processing for me is being even weird today because I'm so numb from 2020, bro.
Yeah.
Like 2020 is emotionally draining and straining in like a way. And like I said, I get some people, like I said, some people are wired to have different emotions or depth to certain emotions. Like I process it. There are some people who can see what happened to George Floyd and it does not concern them, whatever, because they can't extend their love beyond who literally is in their house. You know what I'm saying? Like who they see every day and touch and interact with and conversate with. Their humanity doesn't extend far enough to conceptualize that George has a family, loved ones, kids, wanted to see everything just like everybody else. And the only reason I'm bringing it into it, I think, you know, we could segue into the extended versions of the videos that were just dropped from the body cam footage of what happened with George. Did you guys see those?
Not get to watch it, but I mean, what happened? I'm probably gonna check it out right now.
You know, it just shows his interaction. Cop shows up, knocks at his door, draws gun. So already George is on 10. George is scared now. You done took the gun out, you literally took it out like this. He opened in the car door. You got the strap out pointed at him.
Right.
I'm watching.
It's 20. It's a counterfeit 20, yeah. Supposedly, you know. Someone thinks it was, and this is how fucked up it is. I think the owner of that store's son called, if I'm not mistaken, and he's might be so young that he's probably never seen an old 20. So it could have just been an old 20. Like I don't even know if there's been information about whether or not this shit was actually counterfeit or not. Even that certain, yeah. So to me, I think that it's just like, but the interaction goes pretty much. George is terrified. They try to get him into the back of the police car. He's like, yo, I'm claustrophobic. Like he tells the officer when he pulled the gun on him, he's like, yo, this happened to me before. Basically saying like a cop may have shot him before and it gave him PTSD. So you don't pull this gun out. He's just begging like, yo, please, I ain't resisting officers. They got him in cuffs. They try to put him in a squad car. He's telling him he's claustrophobic. He doesn't want to be in there. He can't breathe right now. And I'm just like, yeah, bro, you opened the door with the gun drawn. Like, where's the trust now? How am I supposed to trust y'all niggas now? Like, and when you see this video, they just put this family on their stomach.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because of a stolen motorcycle and they in the SUV. I'm just like, and you got the 6-year-old in the handcuffs.
Like
what is the 6-year-old going to do, bruh? I don't get you know what I'm saying? I don't like, And to me, I'm just like, at that point, you got to realize, man, they just ain't seeing humans when they see the skin, bro.
No.
At all. And because people look at this, why was he resisting? Why was he doing all this extra stuff? I'm like, bro, the man is a human being. Y'all got bodies when it comes to dealing with us. And you racking up the numbers freely every year. They even dropping multiple videos of y'all motherfuckers taking us out. You can't conceptualize how I don't want to be even talking to you right now, bro. I want to go home. That's all I want. Dog, when cops pull me over, that is the only thing in my brain, like home, mom, love. Like literally that Rolodex goes through my brain when I get pulled over too, nigga. Mom, sisters, like I want to see them so bad when I get pulled over, bro. Because I might not make it.
Yeah, I just watched the video. I'm like, I don't need to hear what they're talking about. I just flip through them. I'm like, yeah, like how the fuck you expect a nigga to react when you pull up guns drawn? Like,
yeah, that happened to Britt.
When?
Probably I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. But he was going home and the cop pulled it up. Lights drawn, nighttime, had the joint straps on him. Yeah, man. I forgot the circumstance, but it was once again some shit that they thought he did that he didn't. You know, they blames go off and they turn into James Bond on the scene, nigga.
Like I don't understand why the culture is leaning more so that like police can be executioners. Like,
cause motherfuckers been taught to trust the police. Some motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I ain't never trust them since I got to this country. But
well, you know, I was finding that interesting. You know what it was? I remember, I don't know if you remember this, Lou, but a long time ago, Immortal Technique was on the Breakfast Club.
oh yeah,
And
talking about
he
that
was,
one interview.
yeah, and he was talking about how you'll sow the seeds of despotism at your own door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, the people who founded this country knew black people were intelligent. They learned from the Moors.
Right.
They knew we weren't like ignorant. So they created this eugenics. They used religion. They used all this bullshit to basically dehumanize us to the point where they could do slavery, generational 250 plus years. And then when that ended, we was thriving. Like John Oliver just dropped a piece on this last night. We was popping out here, bro. We was in government. We was thriving. And these motherfuckers came, knocked it out again, right? Took us out. And then it's like, so now you're to the point where you're like, yeah, like at the end of the day, right? What we're seeing is they've always been executioners for us. That's literally how they started, slave catchers, right? They've always been our judge and jury, right? But now, since you guys have spent so long on social media excusing their behavior that's been blatantly immoral and illegal, they now have the cachet to move towards you. So when he says you sowed the seeds of despotism at your own door, when you do these things, and because they can't conceptualize us as humans now, when things happen to us, it's unfathomable that it could happen to them.
Yep.
But now it's happening to them because you've slowly moved it towards you, because you've so long, because you're working in this dual space of being like, yeah, I see you as a human, I don't see color. And you know, that other little part of their brain that they never want to talk about. Yeah. That's clearly there at this point.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like I hate to use this word, but it is what it is. It's like it's privilege. Like I used to go running at night, like on a regular basis, like my whole life, and I've never once felt like, damn, some motherfucker just pull up and snatch me right now. But like that's a real fear for like women just in general.
Yeah,
but I don't be thinking about that because that's not my experience, and I feel like it's definitely the same way for white people who live in nice neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you a nigga in a nice neighborhood, like, and you really know what's going on, like, you be in Beverly Hills and you would still have that same fear just because you know what this country is.
It's happening in Beverly Hills,
right? And what this country is built on. Like, I would still have that same fear as a nigga in Beverly Hills. Like,
that's how Chappelle bit, right? This house is too nice. It's not nice, but it's too nice for me.
Yeah.
Police show up. Oh, we still here. Nigga broke
Put
it
some
and
crack
hung up
on him.
pictures of his family everywhere. I said,
Right.
damn. But in his brain, that's when I look at Chappelle's bits, man, because he said an 846. Have I not talked about this shit before? And that's kind of like when you really peel back the layers of this man's comedy, it is a dark realization of what we are in the eyes of white America. Like, just this, like, because if you just really think about the layer behind it, bro, he hung up pictures of his family everywhere. Like, the officer is like, ain't no way in hell a nigga own this
Like,
house.
Right.
Like, that is how much it is ingrained in him. Whoa, there's no way. I don't even know who you are. You ain't dunking on TV every night. You ain't on a radio when I turn it on. Who is you, nigga?
Right.
Bow. Yo, that shit is wild. And then it's like hung up pictures of his family everywhere. Did you see the pictures before you shot the nigga? Just the way that bit, like, the way you could peel that bit back and really just look at the layers of it. It's a simple laugh, but when he says he hung up pictures of his family everywhere, I'm just like, yo, the depth to the reason I'm laughing, like, that's racism is killing me inside. It's such a bar for me, bro.
Yeah. I'm good on the videos, but I ain't need to see that nigga pulling up with his gun to George Floyd's car to know that's a dirty motherfucker. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I'm not recommending. I mean, I always recommend niggas watch the shit, but I understand. You don't need to. You already know.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. What else is on the list? Still thinking about Ali and shit.
Yeah, real talk. Same here, bro. Yeah.
Beyoncé, Black is King.
I have not watched that yet.
Still haven't watched it.
Yeah.
You watched it, Walt?
Yeah, I did. It's cool. It's
How long is
really
it?
cool. It's
That's what's up. I
90
fucked up. I
minutes.
should have watched that shit.
It's only an hour and a half.
No, I agree. I should have watched it. We got to start planning these pods better, bro. Like, I'm being serious, dog. Like, we is too nonchalantly just tuning in, talking shit, and bouncing. Like,
Right.
I really, because I didn't even post the last episode. I don't even know what the fuck we was on. Like,
No,
it was,
I gotta see it.
No.
Trash?
Nah, it's not trash. It's just like, for me personally, like, I'm trying to get us to the point where we are just going over topics, each saying like our piece on the dialogue and then moving on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like a flow of a normal, a good structured podcast. I get that we're still early, we're still ebbing and flowing, but I realize that we don't have any structure established, then we can't improve upon. You can't improve upon improvisation.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're always improving it, so it's not something we can improve upon. I guess we can get good at timing, you know, when not to talk over each other and things of that nature, but it's just like, it's harder even because of the webcam and shit. So that's even more difficult. Like, I'm noticing with the NBA back, the analysts, they keep talking over each other in the morning shows because it's like, they just haven't, they're like, we actually talking about live sports that are happening again. So they're just so lost. They can't quite figure it out.
No, I mean, you're right about that. We need some pre-pro.
Yeah. Like I said, we should have all watched Black is King.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna watch it. Is it? What's it on? HBO, Hulu,
Disney Plus.
Yeah. No, I get that, but this is the week to talk about that thing.
Yeah.
Because it's gone after next week. We have a week now on anything.
Yeah.
Y'all realize that now, right?
Yeah.
The memes will still be popping up though. But
bro, Black is King until that explosion in Beirut this morning. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, shit just moves, bro. We're going. 2020 is going. So it's like, we gotta. So when I say we should have watched Black is King, because this week's episode, so it would have been the discussion for this week. And I know I'm gonna watch it too, Lou, but it's like when we come back next week, it's gonna be like,
all right.
Unless we do a double podcast in the week. I actually know one of the guys that was in Black is King.
yeah.
There's a scene in there where Beyonce is dancing, and there's this like nigga that's like painted green that's dancing. I don't know if y'all seen like any clips.
I saw that. I've seen that. I've seen that on her. She put it on her IG page.
Yeah, I actually know that guy. There was a
Word.
This was back in like I want to say 2017. Me and my boy Anthony, we was opening up for this Afrobeat, like African rapper named Olamide and Chief Obi in New York. And we was all backstage, you know what I'm saying, just chilling. And I saw that guy there. He's Nigerian. We was just like talking, whatever. I think he went and did his thing before us, and then we was backstage like dancing, turning up or whatever. And then like I see him in Black is King. I'm like, oh, I mean, he's worked with Beyonce before. But I'm like, that's a really big look to be in Black is King, like dancing right next to Beyonce. I can't even remember his name. It's been like,
okay,
that's dope. It's good to see like, you know, niggas prospering and doing.
How many years ago was that?
This is like 2017 when I met him at that show in New York.
Yeah, man. I mean, like I said, man, he didn't know his life would be that in 3 years.
Yeah, that's dope as fuck, man.
I agree, man. I love hearing shit like that. That's like the that's just stay down, grind, and in your moment, bro.
Yeah.
I'll never forget this.
You come up.
I will never forget this nigga in green paint. That's next Beyonce.
Right. It's like, yo, I know that dude.
Like, I love that those faces Beyonce be making when she dance, like them angry faces. Like, I wish a nigga would faces.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, yo, you ain't fuck with me, man. I'm just like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, son. I think at this point she might be a real queen, bro.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. We got the royal family. We know who they are. Like let's just call it what it is. It's all good. There's no harm in saying they are legitimately the royal family. People always want to say, why we always go to our entertainers? I'm like, nigga, America is nothing but entertainment. Everything is entertainment. Our wars are entertainment. Yeah. Name one thing we do substantively that ain't supposed to get niggas excited and earn some money, bro. So like I said, man, like, and when we say the upper echelon of our entertainers are royalty, yeah, bro, let's call it what it is. There's no shame in it. We can have those debates. Yeah.
They dedicated the film to Sir.
Oh, the kid?
Yeah. So because Sir wasn't in it at all. But Rumi was in it, you know, Blue was in it. But yeah, at the very end, it's like this is our loving message, you know, to.
That's such a dope ass name,
right?
Yeah, that's a dope name for a kid, like
Sir. Yeah,
Sir. Like his homies gonna have to call him Sir. Like SC.
Everybody's gonna have to call him Sir.
That's boss shit.
You know, the first nigga that's really cool and be like, yo, what's up, Cy?
What's up, C?
Niggas always take one out, bro. We gonna take something out your name. Niggas be like, I ain't about to call this nigga Sir. What's up, Cy? What's good with you, dog?
What's good, SC?
Yeah, man. But I really like the fact that it's like you said, man, they're a royal family. Let's stamp what it is. And I'm like, and I guess the compartmentalization that has to happen for most people is they did it with Disney.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's not this thing that is self-produced, self-released, and purely her content. You know? That is the thing I think that I'm not upset with the mentality of the relationships we have to have with these corporate entities because whether we like it or not, they control our lives.
It's not just like
don't
work for them, but it's make sure it's a partnership, you know.
100%.
Yeah, or at least like make sure that the tables are more somewhat even, you know, more in your favor than
facts.
Like that's all it is at the end of the day. Because she's she's a director in this. She's listed as a director, but she also has a list of maybe 7 other directors, you know, that were, you know, associate directors. So I was like, all right, you know, like it was her overall vision, but you know, she still had like, all right, you know, do it this way, you know, like
she has input,
exactly.
Which is cool. I completely agree. It's like, I'm with you, like working with these entities and these corporations to get it done. I just think that's what it's going to be, man. It's not, and like I said, it's the nature of the relationship.
Exactly.
Like y'all are going to exploit us.
Right.
We have to structure this contract so you cannot do that.
Right.
Because if I give you any loophole in it, you'll take it. It's capitalism. You have to take it.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at you for taking it. That's what we have to understand. I can't get mad at you for taking it. And we playing this zero sums game that we are really in right now, because like I don't know what's going on, but these motherfuckers acting like a whole bunch of people being homeless and evicted ain't going to hunt and come back. They really think niggas ain't going to revolt yet? Like,
niggas already revolting. Like there's been strikes across the country already.
What do you think this human like they said 70% increase in human trafficking right now?
70% increase.
Damn.
People always think that revolting will be that you do the thing that goes against the system. No, revolting simply means you do the thing that goes against your ideals.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what it is. It's like you're revolting against human decency when you do the most immoral thing to earn capital.
Yeah, it's like
you're selling human beings.
Society.
Yeah. And it's people are like, yo, this human trafficking, I can't believe America. I'm like, bro, it's America. This is the number one.
Buy it.
That's how we started this bitch.
Exactly. Like the number one.
Back to their roots.
Facts, bro. It's just like, I'm like, what are you talking about? They said, and black women are the number one. They've always been the number one victim of human trafficking. They produced the babies. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
that's what I'm saying. When my homegirl was like, some random nigga about to fly me and my homegirls out to Atlanta. I'm like, what?
Oh, yeah. Nah, that was all day. Definitely 100%. We are kidnapping and human trafficking these women.
I was like, I ain't your daddy, but I would strongly recommend against that.
Yeah. I'm in 100% agreement, man. Some things just scream setup.
Yeah, man.
And if you hear setup being screamed, it's okay to listen to that scream and not go. Don't delude yourself into thinking I'm tripping, I'm being paranoid. Why? Do you have to go to Atlanta? You know what I'm saying?
Do you have to go on that nigga's tab? You know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
They went to Atlanta, but they went like by themselves. Like
the best way to do it, 110%. And do not say I'm gonna meet up with you somewhere else, nigga. No, leave that nigga off to what he was going to do, because after he didn't get you, he caught somebody. Somebody was like, "Oh shit, Atlanta."
Yeah, man. Whole thing sounded
Hopefully
sus.
not.
I hope not as well, but I don't know, man. At this point, it looks like the president himself might be human trafficking.
Well, I mean,
like, because they got these kids in these cages. So if the president's human trafficking, I'm good to believe that.
What's a little human trafficking on the side, huh?
Bro, it's America. So you know what's funny? Like, I was thinking about that shit. I was like, I forgot what I was about to say. But okay, so human trafficking, Trump ain't shit. Trump ain't shit. Human trafficking, Trump ain't shit. And
that's the Rolodex.
Yeah, that's literally the Rolodex, bro. That's the Rolodex right there.
All 2020. Matter of fact, since 2016, Trump ain't shit. Human trafficking.
Yeah. Well, y'all got anything to say? I'm gonna think about this point.
Damn, 70%.
Man, he did an interview with it was like a clip. I want to say it was Axios.
I saw that shit.
Yeah, and he had the papers in his hand for 2 seconds. I was like, hey, yo, I ain't never seen the president with papers in their head. Yeah. I'm like, wait, no, every president actually memorized the numbers.
He ain't shit,
bro. When he was like, look at this, look at. I was like,
and he's like, no, but our testing we're last, so that makes us first.
And you know what it is, right? You know what that was? That was a man who it was a man who himself couldn't understand what he was seeing.
Yeah.
Because you know what that is? That's someone showed him this graph, was like, Mr. President is getting bad. And he said, hold on, if you read it this way, it isn't
not so bad.
Turn it upside down.
And so when he brings this out to the world, because that's what he's doing, because he doesn't look at the interview, he just looks at the world. Yes. When he's in front of a camera, he sees the world, right? Yes. He said, I'm putting this to the world.
Which,
so
I mean, yes, to an extent, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he does. And it's just like, so he's like, look at this. Like, look at these. And like, he's basically saying, look, I tried to explain to the people who made the graph what I'm saying about the graph, but they don't understand. But if I bring it to you, the public, you'll
Y'all
understand.
gonna understand. Yeah, you gonna get me.
Yeah, and that's why he's going to win again.
It's hood economics. That's all it is.
I realize he'll win again. Because you know what he does? I realize he makes the dumbest motherfucker feel like they got chips in the game.
He be talking to his base, man.
Yeah. And I realize his base is dumb niggas. White and black. Dumb motherfuckers is his base, bro. And what I mean by that is this. Clearly, he speaks to them at the core of who they are.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
Nuance doesn't work on these people. They got two trains of thought. Right? Was what I like, what I don't like. These are the people who Trumpers. Like, they don't have nuance in anything they do.
No.
They got two trains of thought. The shit I like, the shit I don't like. I like white people. I don't like them niggers. There's point blank period. There's no more. Like Sean King made a post earlier this week where he was like, these people can't think they're the master race. he had this dude holding a sign up with like a t-shirt bunched up under his titties and shit. He was like holding up the sign and he's just like, and Sean was like, he can't possibly think he's the master race. He can't even master his t-shirt. And I was rolling, bro, because Sean's right. He's just like, look at these motherfuckers. But then you look at the black versions of it, and I'm just like, yo, y'all are like, yeah. It's just dumb motherfuckers, bro.
Ready.
And Trump is a dumb motherfucker, too. When I seen this motherfucker with these papers, son, I thought it was a deep fake. I thought someone taken a different interview with him. No. I thought someone took a different interview with him and like put his face over some actor or some shit, like grafted on. You know, they did like Robert Downey Jr. in those movies and shit. Not Robert Downey Jr., Robert De Niro and shit. An Irishman. I thought it was like they grafted a nigga's face on somebody and he was talking to, it looked like a Daily Show episode, bro.
It did. It really did.
Bro, but when I found out it's the president, I said to myself, oh, he got 4 more. Because motherfuckers is dumb out here, bro. And that I'm not saying there's a difference between being uninformed and dumb. Yeah. Some people just go through life. They don't care about certain things, so they don't bother to learn about it. Someone could tell me about the latest iPhone, what it do and everything, but they don't know what the fuck qualified immunity is. That doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people that's a motherfucker who really will never, a motherfucker who's like, I really will never do this thing because I don't like it, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't want you doing that thing because I don't like it. I don't want to see that thing. Whatever that thing is, if that's black people excelling and thriving, I don't want to see that shit.
Yo, if you watch this motherfucker's videos, I'm watching like an interview right now. A Shade Room posted a Donnie and some reporter. If you watch this motherfucker with no sound on, just the way he talks and moves his hands, he borderline look like a smart motherfucker until you turn that sound on. And then you're like, there go Donnie. You be talking like this, like.
Yeah. Like, and you realize the man, the paper has fine print on it. The interviewer is away 6 feet away from you for social distancing. Mm. He can't see what you holding up, bro.
No, but you just have to look at the charts, all right?
Yeah.
Just look at it. That's it. Just look at it. Then you'll see that you know we test the least, so therefore
you got the least cases,
bro. And I realize it's like the fact that he's there with the papers,
right? Like
Lou said, someone's gonna be like, "Yo, this motherfucker knows his shit."
No.
This is what we are, bro. We're gone. It's over.
It's like he the only president that gonna bring papers. Like papers like that, like
papers,
raps. Like,
bro, I've never seen that.
Cheat sheet.
I've never seen
that. 20 minutes beforehand.
Bro, I've never seen that before. I've seen a picture of a president looking at papers at the Oval Office. You know that little shot they get, look like he working his shit. Right. I've seen those pictures before, but I've never seen that.
This man brought papers to the interview.
Papers, and he didn't even hand the reporter the papers to look at the papers.
No, there were no pamphlet. It wasn't a pamphlet. It was a manila folder. It was just the papers.
Just the papers, and he was fumbling through the papers, like scrambling through the papers, like yo. look at this. If you look at it this way, and the dude's like, no, we're talking about the deaths, Mr. President. He's like, motherfucker, look, I'm trying to tell you.
Let me find what page that was on.
I said, no.
Cheese.
You're looking at it wrong. It's like,
and like I
He
said,
thought this was an open book test, and he still failed.
oh man.
And like I said, Trump is two train of thought. Shit I like, shit I don't like. I don't like y'all niggas being president. Each 8 years, that shit had him fuming. Obama's running shit. Like I said, man, it's like
Right, he really was.
Like I totally am willing to concede, and I've been willing to do this for a while. Okay, y'all niggas know me, but I totally believe this is 100% white supremacist, down the line legacy type shit going on right now with all these motherfuckers. Like whatever this plan is that they're doing that is in motion right now, we're getting pieces over the years as it unfolds. But clearly, this has been something that they've had in the long game for a moment.
Yeah.
And it might just be a Hail Mary attempt by them to maintain some type of leverage through whiteness, as I've always believed, because people are like, well, Trump didn't give the voters anything that they wanted. I'm like, oh, this is what I want to say. When I look at how the white people, right? Like, and this is to my point, actually. That's why I guess I remembered it. But look at how you see these videos where white people just can't leave us alone.
Yeah.
Whether it be a Ahmaud Arbery or a Karen making a phone call, right? We be just doing our thing and they can't help but harass us, right? So that's the everyday common joke, right? So then I realized, and I thought about this. If the everyday common Joe has these spur of the moments where they just can't let niggas be and exist, wouldn't it serve that there are whole organizations that have the same mentality, but it's like actually being implemented? You know what I'm saying?
I already know what the organizations are. Yeah, I mean,
we know what the organizations are, but I'm just saying, like, I think what we're seeing in these manifestations where they just can't leave us alone, I think there's a stronger, I think when you see those spur of the moment things, those are subconscious decisions for some of those individuals. They're subconsciously wired to just be fearful and hateful towards us. I think Walt's frozen.
No.
Oh shit! I was like, yo, this nigga Walt is not moved. I ain't seen a t-shirt, nothing. So I'm just saying, I think they've been so wired a certain way that we see these. Like there's this video of this white woman. She's in a crowd of black people and she slaps this man. And it's like this stray Karen wandered into this crowd of black people, right? And it's just like, and you ever see that moment where they just get like belligerently crazy and hysterical and just start screaming, even though nothing's happening?
Yeah.
Right. And they just like, what is wrong? Like, I think so. That's a subconscious thing. It's like it's this visceral reaction in them, right? So when I see that, I have to then logic that there is someone who has the purposeful nature behind that emotion, right? If they have this spastic reactionary thing in them, then there's someone who has the intentional hatred in them. And it's like I said, because we're talking about just a shifting of the times. We have always like, I really, I'm gonna share John Oliver's joint again because he pretty much summed it up last night, like on his video where he just goes through how history works, man. And we're living with the consequences of Obama being president right now. We're in the backlash of that. Where, like Van Jones said, I put it in Welcome to Bridge. This was a white lash. And he wasn't lying. It's like it's a long right now. Trump's presidency is us being whipped, and it's just taking 4 years. And it's like, but you know what I mean, right?
There's a specific term because I remember a while ago I was listening to Malcolm Gladwell, my favorite author, whose books I've never read.
Yeah.
And he was doing a podcast about how when he used this subject of like, there was this woman artist in whatever, 16th, 15th century who did a painting that was so extravagant that they put it into this museum that has only been occupied by like male painters. And everybody saw that and was like, hurrah, we finally got a woman in there. Things are moving forward. Things are looking good. But then after her one painting got in there, no other woman's painting made it in there for like centuries, decades, whatever. So, I mean, that's basically like, I'm going to call it the token theory, which is basically what Obama was. It's like, look, y'all got one. You know what I'm saying? We let y'all get one. We let one painting, one female painting get in this museum. But then after that, yo, we turning the fuck up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all got one, y'all not getting two. Like, we acting out, we showing our ass because we gave y'all this one. Fuck it. And that's it. I forget the term he used. I gotta go find it. But yeah, that's that white lash. It's like,
no, I agree.
I'm sorry.
I agree. That's a good analogy for it.
I was quiet for a little bit. I was trying to find this show because I saw a trailer for it, but it's like a boarding school for boys out in like Texas, right? But essentially they're grooming all of them to become politicians, and all of them are white.
Yeah,
like, and so like there, I know it's like some mini series or like a documentary. I can't remember who did it, but I was trying to find it just now. But like you can see like these kids like 15, 16 years old, and they're like really enveloped in this just whole the political ideology.
Yeah,
you know. And like there was one kid who literally saw it as a game. He was like the whole point is to win.
Oh, it's a game,
right? And you're just like, what?
No, it's entertainment.
Exactly. You know, just so like to see it from like a boarding school setup, you know, and then all right, this is the path that you take if you want to become a political figure, you know, like.
Are you really surprised though? It's because it just sounds like another trade school. But
no, it's not. It's not surprising in that sense, but it's like the expansion of the plan. You know, it's like like everything is because it's like Trump went to some shit like that. Like this shit has been here since the 50s.
Yeah,
you know, but to see it like there's
Trump definitely did some shit like that.
Oh, absolutely. You know, but it's like they're still using it in 2020. You know, they're still sending kids to shit like that. You know, so it's like.
And so now our question is, do we make our own version?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. We're not changing this shit, bro.
No,
we're not. We just need to figure out how to make it so we can play the game safely. It's black economics. Economic sovereignty, meaning we have to have the ability to say, this is our town, these are our police officers, this is our mayor, this is our governor, this is our senators, these are our police union reps, these are our teacher reps, these are our unions, these are our teachers. Everything needs to be black and conscious to progressing us in that field, in that one area where it's like economic sovereignty, meaning if everything falls in the massive overall society, the micro of our society can still thrive.
Yes.
I think that's where we have to mentally push it. And back to what Lou was saying, where it's like that one figure that we get, right? It's like symbolically, Obama did that for some of us. Symbolically, he made us want to be politicians. But that's how far behind the game we are. They've had their symbols established and their icons and their ways of going about it. So of course they would have a whole institution geared towards just creating people to fit into the molds that they've already have there for them to go into. It's like,
49 presidents.
I don't think 44. Like Mitch McConnell, if he loses to another Republican, it will be someone just like him.
Yeah.
Like, I think of those people being raised to fit those positions. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what you're saying, like that plan, it's intergenerational with them. It's back rooms at country clubs. It's conversations. It's, oh, have you seen this guy? Do you know about this dude? It's foreign entities being in those discussions with Putin and his people. Like, it's all amalgam. It's like it's not something you ain't gonna walk in and catch them all in the room on a recorder talking about, yeah, we're gonna blow the country up. No, that's not what I'm saying. It's there.
We're gonna blow the country.
It's the mechanism by which they've chosen to rewrite the rules of the game. They've said, okay, white supremacy did this, it did this, it did this. Now we have to restructure it and replenish it. So who's to say he's not president so that they can get human trafficking higher? Like, people need to understand that we're talking about the most immoral country ever in human history, because we are consciously aware of the immoral things, yet we still exist and then live under them because of the amenities we've been afforded. We're kind of like, we're really slaves to the amenities. We're slaves to the Netflix, the Hulus, and you know how this shit works.
Yeah.
And it's like, and so I think that, like, when I say it's an overall plan, I just really think it's just a bunch of people who thought a certain way because of those false ideologies they were fed. And I just think they have this mindset where they're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck if I sell some black women, or if we kill some black people with the police, or we need to get them reeled in. We need to get them back under control. Because the mentality that Lou spoke of that lets the one black person do something, that's the liberal mentality. The conservative mentality is like, I don't want one of none of these niggas.
No, I don't even think it's, I think, matter of fact, I think you got it backwards, because there are companies where, like, the owner, again, all I do is listen to history and comedy podcasts, but there are companies where the owner is knowingly, openly homophobic, heterophobic, whatever. It's literally started by a nigga named Adolf Kurz, and he has trained his sons and his grandsons to run the company. And at some point, they're all like deeply Coors, like literally the Coors, like the beer company, was started by some nigga named Adolf Kurz. But anyway, so there was a point in the company's history where they were doing these tests. Basically,
you keep skipping out.
Yeah, man.
See how straight you are. It's probably my headphones. But I'm saying it's not so much like the liberal mindset is, oh, we got one. Just think about how much easier it would be for you to move and get your homophobic, transphobic policies across if you just make it look to the public like, yeah, we're gonna hire a few gay people, a few trans people, so that to the public looks like we can say and we can boast about how inclusive we are, but behind closed doors, we're still funding anti.
Oh no, but when I said it's the liberal mentality, right? What I meant, I think you froze out, Lou.
I'm here.
No, when I said it's the liberal mentality, I meant that the reason they have to subvert their tactics is because of the liberals, right? Otherwise, they could just be openly transphobic and homophobic. Because we're talking about white people fighting each other when we talk about these liberal and conservative ideologies. Black people we black. That's what I'm on right now. I don't give a fuck where shit going. We black. We ain't liberal, none of this shit. Y'all made all this shit up and you didn't let us play forever. And we ain't about to start playing under y'all rules on any ticket. That's all I'm saying. We're going to put Joe in office because it's easier to survive while a motherfucker ain't trying to actively shoot you than a motherfucker who's letting you get drowned. He's still a lifeguard. I told you that analogy last week. But I'm just saying, like, so when I said, Lou, when I said it's a liberal mentality, they're subverting, it's the Southern strategy from 13th that was described. You say nigga, 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 nigga. Soon that gets you in trouble. The only reason it gets you in trouble is because there's a group of white people who don't want to hear you say nigga. Right. And then he says, but we hide it in things like states' rights and decisions, like, you know what I'm saying? Then he said, we're doing economic things, but we know the byproduct of it is that blacks get hurt worse than whites. So I understand it's like, that's why I say this, the liberal mentality of, they get one in there, it's all Gucci, because their subversion of it, Trump just doesn't subvert. He's out with his shit. And he's subverting as much. I think they keep him in control as much as possible. They really do. And I think at moments when we see that just visceral shit from him, like, he literally tweeted out, soon we'll be able to forbid those low income houses from getting into your nice neighborhood. I'm like, I'm like, here we. So like I said, man, it's like it's one of those things where like I said, his white supremacists have explained these papers to him. He brought the papers out to this journalist because their mindset is, look, we open up schools, black people are getting hurt worse with this virus because they have higher obesity rates, higher heart disease rates, higher asthma rates. Like, we'll clear them out before November comes, and they can't vote because all the old ones are gonna be dead who vote mostly for Democrats. Like, it's just a simple metrics thing to them. It's not something, because like I said, man, if you can't give humanity to a family that you think stole a motorcycle, even though they're in an SUV, and you got a 6-year-old handcuff on their stomach, and you somehow think an apology is going to make that okay after all this shit we've been through the last couple months after George Floyd, if the humanity is still that far gone in your brain, then I can conceptualize that Trump was like, or at least the people around Trump, because like I said, they explain it to him, and it's like he's just a conduit. He's just this like, it's just this white supremacy conduit. Just this beacon you could follow.
He's there not to do anything, but to do nothing.
He's a distraction, man. He's honestly just a distraction and a symptom of the problem.
The people that have him there are working.
Exactly.
You're right. You're 100% right.
He doesn't have to do anything.
No.
As long as he just doesn't, as long as he's not in the way. And right
now, he's
not in the way.
And this is how Hitler worked. All people know that he just had the charisma and the thing.
Yeah.
The thing that vibrated with the Germans. Whether it was the strong demonstrative talk, the hand signals, the mustache, I don't know what the fuck he had. But whatever Trump has, we've clearly seen it resonates with a demographic here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's now a mouthpiece for white supremacists, neo-Nazi groups that are in his administration and across the country and different municipalities, including police unions and police stations, right? And we see this manifest itself in so many different ways. Like, I know who's a Trump follower by how you're doing the COVID right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2020 vision. This guy's working crazy this year. And it's 2020 vision in that way. It's like, if you was like, yo, let's just open up the schools, fuck all this shit, I know you rock with Trump. I know you rock with it because that's your Führer's ideology. Look at these papers. We're getting better. You know what I'm saying?
Something really interesting I saw this week. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Right.
But I saw this couple at the grocery store in their Trump mask. And I was like, oh. Like, he got his, Trump,
he's playing both sides.
Right. And
that's the funniest thing. Like, he's at least
like, is that simple?
Enough to play like both sides. He's telling motherfuckers not to wear a mask, but he's selling Trump 2020 masks like on his website. So it's
wait till we get the MAGA mask.
Yeah, MAGA mask. I'm sure he got it,
bro. Because look, because you told him to take the hat off, but you ain't gonna tell him to take the mask off. It's a next layer to the game. But that's just how their minds work with this shit, bro. It's like I said, it's back when they were the Parkland kids, and they asked the lady from the NRA. She was like, they were like, what about these mass shootings and all this stuff? And she was like, y'all don't care about it when guns go off in inner cities. And the liberals was like, we really don't give a fuck when the guns go off in the inner cities. So they couldn't say shit. This is how the conservatives hit them. They hit them with like they are willing to work into such, like Lou said, we gonna hire some gay people. We gonna put some people up front. Like what Kanye said, put the black people all in the front of this stuff. Yeah. It's like, we know that, but the Gap now, you releasing Black Lives Matter statements. Kanye but Kanye got a whole deal with y'all. But here you go, Rand talking about how y'all won't give him ownership and 50. So I'm like, yo, like I said, everything come back full circle on this shit, dog. That shit was crazy because that was a part of the rant that didn't go public. He was basically, people hypothesized that he was lashing out like that to get more in the Gap deal.
Yeah.
An ownership right. So I was like, so when we talk about these, like, just these postures and these symbolisms, our survival is to not accept the symbolism. Like, I saw this black woman rolling. She was trying to paint over the Black Lives Matter in one of the cities, on the street. She was screaming about Christianity and God and all this shit. I was like, okay, she's going. And I was like, and I said to myself, I don't care if she paints over that street. I really don't. What did the person who ordered that street get painted? What did he do legislatively to shift things up, to change the game? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Mm-hmm.
we have to get past. It's hard to get past them because we're Black is King is just a symbol.
Mm-hmm.
But I can appreciate her symbol in her lane. Her symbol is she's an artist. She has to be a vanguard of the culture in a way that connects. If your entertainment is the main forte of this country, so you have to connect the diaspora through entertainment. Black Panther. You have to have these things because, like I said, just like we've been taught to hate ourselves, we've been taught to hate our motherland. You know, I know you guys have a different relationship to it, but even the party you probably has this mentality that you sort of got supplanted on some level, America better or something like that, you know? And because you know your families came over here, so it's kind of that sort of thing where it's like, and you know, I'm a adult, so descendant of slaves, so I'm just like, it's been like literally beaten to us that Africa's bad for everything, and I'm just like, bro, look what y'all doing over here, son.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like, oh, but did you know that Africans also participated in the slave trade?
Okay.
I'm like, y'all talking about like 15 motherfuckers out of a whole country, bro.
And on top
A
of that,
whole
like,
continent.
even if like it doesn't negate the brutality that whites had in America for blacks.
No, but they always like to put those little things out there. Like I said, it's their way to try to linchpin the arguments, you know, break them down, the whataboutisms, right? So you're right. It doesn't negate the brutality or the fact that you made it a race-based system and all these other things you did once we got on the boats. But just to act like it was the decision of Africa as a continent to give these niggas away. No, it was probably like 3 or 4 niggas who was running shit in those particular areas who was like, here, take these niggas. Like,
and even they probably couldn't have fathomed the shit that was gonna happen once they came to America.
Not at all. They couldn't fathom that. Like 6 months later, a whole new set of boats showed up. Y'all want more?
Right.
And eventually, at some point, they looked at y'all and was like, "What y'all doing with all these people, bro? Y'all keep on coming back."
It's like we know they ain't die.
Nah,
not all of them.
No, and it's just like it's a thing where it's just like I said, man. Once we crack open this history and really start getting into these weeds of what's going down in America, like I said, 2020 is 2020 vision, bro. We will 100% know what is going down with all of the things involved in this administration, his lackeys, his supporters, his followers. Because wait, let's say Joe do win the vote, and he got to go. Y'all think he about to just walk out and say, "Okay, Joe, you got me fair and square"?
No.
I legit do want to see what's gonna happen if he does lose. Like, I just want to see the action to being a loser.
Oh yeah. Oh,
that's it. Like,
I'm with you, Lou.
About to be fucked.
You know, I think that's the same part of me that wants to put my hand in fire, though, Lou.
Like, yeah, it is what it is.
It is, but you know what I mean? It's the same part of you that wants to. I know that fire gonna burn me, but I want to see if it don't burn me. It's just that thought process, because we know what he's gonna do. Like, we see the movie, just like you know what happened in that George Floyd video, a bunch of white cop shit, right? It's just like, and so we know what Trump gonna do. He gonna, because people was like, they said somebody, his Secret Service. I was listening to somebody, I think it was Andrew Schultz, and he was talking about how he was like, you know, Trump, if he decides to stay in the White House, he would need a general to agree to do it, and it would have to be a coup and all this shit. I'm like, bro, he's had ex-Russian Secret Service with his military detail, with his security detail since he got elected. He's had his own private security force. You talking about 4 years they've been working on this shit, like 4 years working on when they lose. This ain't gonna be no spur of the moment things. It'll be like, yeah, once we got him in here, we got him in here. We don't give a fuck about these votes, nigga. They like, we don't give a fuck about this election, nigga.
That is when
the fuck?
That's where I ask. All right, so when are we gonna start clapping back? Like, because if they really like, oh, you know, the guns on the street are such a problem, they really gonna see the guns in the street.
We gonna let the rednecks go out first, though.
For instance, right? I was listening to Tariq Nasheed, right? He be saying some on point shit sometimes. He saying wild shit other times, but he said this. He said this thing. He said white people don't like the police. He's like they hate the police. They kill them all the time. They kill them. They kill them more than anybody. He's like the only reason they act like they like them is because they kill us. Right? And so he had a point. And when you saw this man who got the AK-47 and started blasting on these motherfuckers because he didn't want to wear a mask.
Right.
Like, is Tariq wrong? No. They hate the cops. So look, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see them going crazy, but Trump is going to keep the focus on these protests that are going haywire and the riot and looting and that's not happening in Portland. Y'all just harassing citizens and throwing them in unmarked vans and shit. Like, this is happening right now. Like, y'all know that. So it's like, so to me, I'm like, okay. So he can continue to run this narrative. Fox going to reinforce it. They coming for your guns. They want to defund the police. They want to do all this. Like, they just, and you just see them ramping it up. So that when they pull the trigger in November, because he didn't get the vote, it's gonna be, that's when we shooting back, Walt. I'm gonna keep it stacked with you. That's when you have to bust back. Because the way they're gonna continue to ramp them up, they're gonna continue to send these federal agents in. And when they send the federal agents in, you know how white people go, well, they must have did something if the feds are coming in.
Right.
No, motherfucker. It's so
What
you all
do?
It's because the conservatives are playing with the white mind. They just know how that like Trump they just know how that shit works.
Motherfuckers in Connecticut is looking on the whole other side of the East Coast is looking at secret police in Portland like, nah, they must have did some shit wrong.
Exactly.
But
we know they didn't do anything wrong, but we take in different news sources. We just ain't. Some people have got nothing but Fox and CNN, bruh.
Lord.
So it's Portland. There's rioting every night. That's why they're out there. It's not. They're out there literally to stop the descent of the protest. They want the protest stopped. There's no rioting. There's no looting on a consistent nightly basis out there in Portland. But if the feds are always out here and they're always harassing people, well, they must be doing something wrong. This is America. They just can't be like hurting innocent people for no reason.
Yeah.
Sidebar, looking at us for over 400 years over here like, word?
And then that in itself is a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you sending out secret police to agitate people, then at some point you poking motherfuckers with sticks, they're gonna want to poke back. Yeah. And then you have justice and claim to be like, oh, they wilding, so we gotta poke back. It's just it's a vicious cycle.
Technically, they're kind of running like a false flag operation on American soil right now.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's like we're going to create the enemy.
Right.
Antifa, like the reports already dropped. The majority of the people who are doing the like looting and the rioting and causing ranks, there was white supremacist groups. But the main narrative that's being ran with is it's Antifa.
Right.
So now you're starting to see like the coalescing of these forces and how they're going to play out soon. Because like I said, the writing's on the wall for all of us clearly to see. It's like, okay, so why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Right? It's like you have to assume they kill black people in Chicago so that we can't talk about anything when it comes to gang violence. Because you guys black on black crime, right? So it's CCTVs on almost every corner of Chicago and all these different things, but y'all never get the shooter on camera. But I'm just supposed to assume it's niggas gunning down other niggas. I'm just supposed to assume that. Consistently. No matter how many people die, when they die, how they die, why they die, I'm not supposed to put anything to the storyline, nothing to the narrative. Niggas just want to kill the niggas, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, Nips, the black man just hated Nipsey that much, right? I got you. I also plant myself into the narrative for a while because the narrative dictates that if I go against it, I'm the one looked at as a conspiratorial nut. But here I go with the motherfucker president of the United States of America with the papers in his hand, trying to convince us with the papers in his hand and fine print, 6 feet away from the cameras, everybody, that this is what's going on and this is what's happening. And all these other motherfuckers with degrees that have done this their whole entire life. The only reason you even have the papers is because you won an election illegally in 2016. That's the only reason you got the papers, nigga. But I suppose because you got the papers now, your word is gospel. And it is to some people. It really is.
But that's how it works. We need the president.
Yeah. Like I said, man, all the chips is on the table. It's gonna fall out. It's gonna happen like it's gonna happen. Like, I don't know how many times I need to how many times you need to, like, it's kind of funny because it's like, I would tell y'all, Trump always turns your nose into, he really did that shit. So like even Lou, where he's like, I want to see what he does if he loses. I'm like, yeah, because you know what he's gonna do. He's gonna turn all the way the fuck up. And like I said, I don't know what they have planned or how many things they already got set in motion. Is it supposed to be? Because if you look at the same reason they dropped guns off in the hood is the same reason they left all the military bases in Iraq fully stocked. You got to create the problem to solve it. So when you send the National Guard into Chicago and shit, it's like
a lot of the boys.
Yeah. Like I said, we've always seen, like, it's just tactics of a different nature. It's to play the game in a different way. And we're always behind because, like I said, man, white supremacy built everything. It's like it's always gonna be 10 years ahead. Just by the byproduct of it. Because we're always gonna be like, because they force us to be in such a reactionary state where you can't be right about Trump winning an election until he wins an election. But
people can see this shit coming like months in advance.
Yeah, black people was not shocked. We was kind of like,
remember when Chappelle was, I forget which stand-up, but he was like, yo, I seen, because he lives in Ohio. He's always talking about how he lives in Ohio, which is like red state. And he's seen all them dirty-faced white people lining up talking about, Trump's gonna fight for me. And he had that joke where he's like, no, you dumbass. He's fighting for me, nigga. Like, you don't give a fuck about your dirty ass.
Nope.
So, like, yeah, people saw this coming. I wasn't one of those people, keep you honest, but.
Yeah, man. That's what it is. But it's like that thing where it's like, it's that weird thing of, where it says, what is it? What the fuck am I trying to say? It's the, anyway, I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back. Yeah.
All right.
Yo, me or Joe always has to get up at some point during this podcast.
Y'all old men, swear.
Nah, it'd be family shit with me. I always want me to go do something in the middle of a podcast.
Right. Go get the car.
Right. Go move the car. Go take this out.
Bruh. All right. I'm going to be right back. I need some food in my belly.
Oh, we all taking breaks? Bet. I'm going to get some rice. Look.
Oh, you really got yourself a plate of rice.
Yeah.
Man, I was going to get some cereal, but I'm like, nah, let me not.
I was hungry, but I ain't eating since lunch.
Oh, damn.
Wish I had some meat in this junk, though. What's good? You ain't got Shorty in the bed with you today?
Oh, no, she here.
Oh.
Well, she upstairs.
Oh, you got her upstairs. Fancy, huh? Good with you. I'm working everything.
What is this?
What you watching?
The video where they slide the little boy across the table with the lemonade stand.
With the what?
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Oh man. Ooh. Yeah, though. Oh, I just had a thought. I want to put this on record just in case it comes true. Steve Bannon will be back in the White House before November ends.
Bruh.
Doing what?
We'll find out in November.
Coordinating, that is what he's doing.
I think he did a fallback. Let me get away from the main thing. Stay in the peripheral, run shit a little bit, and let me come back up. Because Roger came back. I had a bet with my homie at work about that. He owed me $20 when I see him.
Wait, where has Bannon been this whole time? Because didn't he get banished from the White House like years ago?
I think it was all a play. Just all an act. But I said I could be wrong, but I feel like that in my gut, like we'll see him reemerge before November. Because like I said, I told my homie he's gonna pardon Roger. He needs him to win. He's got the Russian connects. He's got the mob ties. It's like Drake, he needs Jay Prince to tell us that he ain't gonna make a diss record for Push.
No, I get that, but I'm saying like Ben didn't get locked up or anything, right? Like he's just out there, but Trump
he just went back to running Breitbart.
Right.
Ben is still out there. Like I said, it was this supposed reason he was quitting. He didn't. I just think it was the shell game. It's let me fall back so they keep the heat off me, stop talking about me, stop investigating me. Because I know you're going to be running the numbers up for the next 4 years. We're going to have this pandemic going out of crazy. We're going to get this joint crazy, so we're going to be able to get our homies out. We got what's his name out. And what's his name? He went back, though. I forget.
There's a lot of what's names, nigga.
It's the not Roger, the other motherfucker, Manafort, Paul Manafort. He was released because of COVID. No, he was released because of COVID. He was on house arrest, but he broke it, so he went back. Supposedly he went back, but I'm like, yeah. Sometimes you just need a dude to come out do something for you, then you gonna send him home. So it's like I said, man, we don't know what it is because it's not being. The thought of it isn't even being conceptualized by anybody who runs media. And I know it's in the black intellectual spaces.
I don't think it's not being thought of. There's one or two questions: either they're complicit, which I mean we've seen, or they're too scared to ask the questions.
Yeah.
Well,
like John Oliver got me hip last night about the Wilmington massacre.
This is some recent shit?
Nah, this is 1868.
Wilmington, North Carolina?
Wilmington, North Carolina. Where my family from, I think. They're from the area, Wallace and Wilmington, Burg, all that. 1868. The only coup that has ever happened on American soil to date. Black people were voted into the legislative offices of Wilmington. Mm-hmm. Basically, we was running shit after an election. Mm-hmm. White people was like, fuck that shit. Killed over 60 niggas. Then they took over the legislative and said they saved the day. Rewrote it in history books as if they were heroes. And he said, this is what happened. He said basically, because people don't know about that post-Reconstruction period, where, bro, we was thriving. Mm. We knew all the skill set. We knew everything. Like, we had people in Congress, like black elected officials. They killed all that shit because they saw progress.
That is still wild to think that motherfuckers went from literally chains and whips to now y'all free and y'all got motherfuckers in political offices. Like, even to me, as a nigga in 2020, I'm like, damn, that's wild, son.
Yeah. But you know what? I finally understood. I got to ask my mom about this because I feel like I understood my grandfather. He was born in 1912. And he was a very well-respected individual in the community down there. And I could tell it wasn't solely based on the merits of himself, but it was an older thing of the family line, right? Mm-hmm. And so 1868, he may have been the progeny of some of these individuals. And right. That class level that we sit at, when we're down there, because all my family own land down there. So I own land down there now by way of them. So, but we got a whole cemetery to ourselves. We had a church. But I saw these things and I just assumed, I was like, all black families got this in the South. Nope. So when I learned about this Wilmington massacre, I want to know if we always have been from Wilmington or if we moved there at a certain period or something. But because I understood it. So I was like, oh, we were sort of that group of black people who were, because you have to look at it like it benefited white people to have us know things. This was shown in 12 Years a Slave. You remember, he knew how to do certain things because he had been a free laborman. So he had a skill set, and he had a mentality to problem solve because he had actually been in charge of shit at some point. So when he was down there, and he gave them the idea to float the logs down the river, and he knows how to do it and save them money all the time. White dude was mad as fuck that he had to shine from Massive. And so like that Southern strategy of we're going to do things economically. We know we're hurting blacks worse than whites. You're still hurting the whites. You still hurt them as a byproduct. Like you said, Lou, they don't give a fuck about you. Like Dave Chappelle was like, they don't give a fuck about your broke ass nigga. Those are just sacrificial lambs to you. They're just pawns, so you keep that white. They're your agents of whiteness. You know, the ones we see, the Karens right now, who can't control themselves on camera. Those are just those little byproducts of the ideology that we see, and it manifests itself in those spastic reactions. But it's like those are the layers. We're just seeing layers right now. The layer of the true depths of white supremacy and how it's been not ignorantly held up, but purposely held up, and purposely intimate, and still purposely being utilized by a whole president and his administration and the plans that they have to come. And it's like I said, it's if they really, to them, make America great again, if it's by any means necessary, we know how they get down when they say by any means necessary. Yeah. When we say it, we usually just mean we're gonna yell and make a poem about some shit. But when they say it, I'm being real though. But when they say it, they put it on t-shirts. You know, they put 3 to your head and your babies and your kids' heads. That's what they do. That's how they get down. And the body count ain't gonna matter. Because like I said, they're poor minions and pawns will do that shit. And all he got to do is step out there and act like he's disgusted by it too. I did not see that coming on election day. Because you just seen the joint. It happened in did you see the joint where all the white supremacists rolled up in the pickup trucks outside the church?
Where was this?
On Sunday. It was on Sunday. They just drove through the parking lot. I think Attorney Crump shared it on IG. But it was just a video of them, all with the MAGA flags, the American flags out the back of the pickups. They all just drove through the parking lot when service was ending, in a parade of trucks.
What the fuck?
And I'm just like, and when I said we gonna need that 19, what year they crossed the Pettus Bridge? We gonna need that energy to go to the vote booth, bro, in some parts of this country. I'm not playing. Like, we really gonna need that shit. They not playing with us. They really not. That we ain't gonna be able to sing and praise Jesus for none of this shit, dog. They got them things out. And they gonna let them bark. They gonna let them do a lot of barking. Cause all they gotta be like, I saw Antifa.
Nasty shit.
Mm-hmm. And honestly, I think that's why they killed George. Cause I was trying to conceptualize. And I was like, I think they did it so that we would have our reaction, and it would make it so that the things they're about to do, because like I said, I think one of the main reasons Trump won is because of the protests that were happening around Trayvon, Michael Brown, and Freddie Gray. White people hated seeing us out there, you know, wanting justice and shit. Mm-hmm. And as a result of that, you know, who you voting for in November? Oh, Hillary. And they went right in that booth and hit this nigga. So, like I said, we always going to see the surface and it's going to play out a certain way, but the decisions behind closed doors are being made. And like I said, we're just talking macro to micro. That's all, macro to micro. The macro plan and how it manifests itself in the micro, meaning the everyday individual citizens who, it's like when they wrote that you couldn't sell your house to black people in the deed, that's the macro. But your micro is now, we can't let black people in this neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Even if you
How will it look?
And most likely, them motherfuckers didn't read the deed, because you know motherfuckers don't read shit for they sign it. They probably didn't even see the clause about not selling the niggas. They probably was just like, hey, you know we want this neighborhood white, right? They was like, we do too, Charles. That's all it was. But just in case a motherfucker decided to sell it because, you know, nice high yellow family came through, and he's about to sell it to him. Why they look like a good family, Charles? Well, look at that document you got. Said you can't even sell to them Negroes. So That's the law. I got to follow the law.
Oh, that's law.
Yeah,
That
I got
law.
to follow the law.
Oh, that's law.
I want to let you eat in this restaurant, but I got to follow the law. Yeah, man. Come on, son. We know what it is. We all know it. It's so clear. It's so crystal fucking clear.
All I want to know is we cheating on our women because it's August and we got to get justice for Will. That's all I want to know right now.
Nah.
It's not cheating if she doesn't find out.
All I'm saying, bro.
Facts.
And
Oh,
if
there
she-
was some pop culture related.
Also, if she finds out later on, it's just an entanglement.
That's all I'm saying, bro.
We can't use that.
Oh, why not? No, definitely use
We can't
entanglement.
use that. We can't
Why
use
not?
that.
Why not?
I know that's some bullshit only a woman could say.
Yeah, we ain't getting away with that one.
Bill ain't even letting
I
me
like the idea, but yeah, we ain't getting away with that one. And real talk, Jada probably only really got away with it because Will was like, okay, we've been married over 10 years. This divorce rate and this money she about to grab. If
you think they got a prenup?
No,
not at all. And I think they understand the value of them being together.
Yeah.
Fine. Like I said, I think marriage is deeper than just, oh, I love her, I love him, and all that bullshit. I think it's literally you just have to have some type of financial commitment to each other. And I think they have a real, like I said, they really have a kingdom, a queendom, whatever you want to call it.
They got an empire.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like I said it. I remember that shit popped in my memories recently where I was like, yo, if we can't see, because when she had Jordan Sparks on, I was like, if we can't see the Will Smiths becoming the new social media family over the Kardashians, y'all bugging. Kanye saw that entanglement video and was like, yo, Kim, I got a tweet. We got to get back hot.
I need you crying.
The Smiths is out here. The Smiths is out here and they got black love. We can't even compete with that, Kim.
No. And you know
Because
what?
I don't care how many tans you get.
Nah, Kanye could have had something real special. But Kanye lost himself because if he would have remained in his bold blackness, but not gone, too far left with himself, he could have really repped this interracial thing.
Nah, man, look. At some point, Kanye West.
He knows that's not gonna play with us though.
I feel like at some point Kanye was like,
all of us.
"No,
But
I just want."
He wouldn't need to rock with all of us. He just needs to rock with most of us.
I don't even think about it that deeply. I just feel like Kanye was just like, "I'm the hottest artist on the planet right now, so I need the baddest bitch, the most attention-grabbing biddy out there, and that is Kimberly Kardashian West." Period. Stop, bro. That's all.
But if we're being honest, though,
no Kelly Rowland.
If we're being honest, he tried to build his own with Amber and got close.
Amber would have been better.
Amber wasn't popping like Kim was popping.
But Amber,
pioneer.
Amber is bad as fuck.
Yeah.
So he could have made her that.
Right.
Like he could have made her that. And what I agree with you. Like I think it's the same for Drake. That's why he wanted Nicki. Because if you looked at Jay got Beyonce and Kanye was like, I'm gotta be like Jay. I think that's the only person he's ever trying to competition with is Jay. Yeah. That's how I personally feel about Kanye. I think he's just literally like
big brother.
Like so if Jay's getting beloved by the people because he's leaning into the black, so like he's leaning into, as Terry Crews would call it, the black supremacy. If Jay's gonna get love for that, then I gotta lean into the white supremacy. And it's like, and I really just think he's always countering Jay in this weird space. So to your point where he's like in the interracial marriage, I think in his brain, Kanye said, it won't matter that I'm marrying a non-black woman because we are in a different place in society. And I do believe that certain artists have this, because you gotta understand, when you cross a certain threshold in America, like LeBron only sees adoration on the face of most of the white people he meets.
Yeah.
Yet the dude from South Carolina or the dude from Chicago who's just as tall and just as big as LeBron, he ain't getting no adoration in them faces. He getting fear and what the fuck is you doing over here, nigga?
Yes, because LeBron has proved himself
He's entertained. He's entertained.
Yeah, he's worthy of
he's worthy
of it.
Exactly. But so I think to that point, I feel like it's like a damn, I forgot my train of thought. Fuck it though.
Yeah, I really think he just wanted the baddest bitty. That's it.
That he did. But I think in his brain, he said, it won't hurt me that she's white. It won't hurt me.
Because.
But racism did a full throttle after Obeezy. So Kanye was like, damn, I got to make black people stop caring about racism. And thus you have the hat and all the other shit. Because in his brain, he was just saying, I got to keep my Kim, try to get these niggas out of jail. Like, it was about making it so that she can still be that entity in our eyes. Yeah. He don't care about, because she got white America on lock. Yeah. They always care about us. Look what they do to troll us. They want black, because they want black people's attention and adoration. And if they have it, and if they can move the needle on drama, so I really genuinely believe the Entangled shit was so cray and just a natural thing. It was popping. It became a part of the culture now. Walt just said we can get into entanglements. It's in there. And Kanye hasn't introduced anything into the culture in a brick. This nigga went so desperate to even try to give us a new Jordan crying face when he was at the freaking public space joint. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I think his thing was, what was the hottest thing when he put the MAGA hat on? Politics. Because Trump was in office. He was doing all this crazy shit. So he just said, let me jump into the hottest place right now, hat on. And I think he's really not thinking, because you know why I think he thinks that way? Because he understands the attention spans of the public. And when you understand the attention spans of the public, Trump understands this. Like, I heard somebody say, I forgot who it was, but they were like, Trump tries to win the news cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all he focuses on, is winning the news cycle. He doesn't give a fuck what the news was. He just wants to win the news cycle. Where are you talking about me? Point blank, period. Yeah. They understand the benefit of just having your name being always consistently uttered in American ears. Like I said, we on a weekly basis right now. If niggas don't tell me black is king, I might not even watch it, Lou, if I'm being honest. Like, I want to see it, but if I don't see, like, if I don't hit my timeline soon and see a couple more black people I follow mention it sporadically throughout, then I'll forget all about it, that it even exists. Until someone later on down the line is like, you never seen Blackest Camp? Like, let me finally watch this shit. Right. But that's how shit moves, yo. And it's like, they know that. They're like, look, man, all I got to do is make sure you don't hate me for the week you vote. Why, she go pass that stimulus joint November 1st. He's like, I got y'all to check. I'm sending $3,000 to every American home per person.
Oh, come on, baby.
Per person. Niggas gonna be like, I don't think he that bad.
Fuck around and chuck the vote for that.
For real. And like I said, they done already moved the money. They won't tell us who they gave it to, what companies got it. So that's just let me know you fed your troops that you about to do this insurrection with. I'm like, yo, shoot, man.
Shit is deep,
man. Oh, did y'all see the Logic joint?
No.
Oh, yeah, actually, I read the article right before we hopped on.
Good. I want to talk about that joint. My favorite part of the article is at the end.
Wait.
Joe,
what was it?
Pretty much, Joe is being talked to Lupe through IG Live, Lupe Fiasco. Mm-hmm. And Joe is like, and Lupe is like, do you feel bad about all the shit you said about Logic? And Joe's like, no, I can't stand Logic. And he's like, and Joe is just basically like, why would I feel bad about it? I was just giving my opinion on this nigga. I mentioned him like 6 times my whole life. And then Lupe was like, that's a lot of times. And he was like, no, I'm like, old as shit. That's not a lot at all. And then so basically they just get to this conversation. And then Joe's like, this is why I don't like Logic, because he panders to the moment. He panders to the moment. Right now he's on his mental health shit. He's going around acting like this shit was fucking with him because he panders to the moment, right? And he's just making all these points. And Lupe is like, nah, I think Logic has contributed to the culture in a meaningful way. And he really has done things and da-da-da-da. And Joe was like, did you tell Logic that? And Lupe was like, nah. He was like, then why the fuck is you telling me? And that's my favorite part of the joint. That's my favorite part, bro. It's just, that's why I said nigga. That's why niggas is nigga. Not niggas is niggas. This is why niggas is nigga. Is nigga. Because of the
you
fact
know what?
this,
Like anybody that wanna like say like Lupe Fiasco, he's not street, he's not hood. That right there should let you know that Lupe is a nigga.
Joe was like, have you told Logic this? And Lupe was like, nah, he talks.
I talked to him.
Why the fuck are you talking to me? And I was just like, why? Like, I just love the fact that Lupe was like, I really don't give a fuck about this, but I'm about to just act like.
But I don't really love him.
Throw my 2 cents in.
You know what I realized? This is what I realized. It's more like Lupe's letting us know he don't like Joe more than so that he likes Logic, right? Because he's just basically coming for Joe. Yeah. That's what I realized. I kind of in this place where I was like, I thought about this. Like, let's say I tweeted like Lil Duval, My Judgment Day or something, right? And he watched it. And he was like, yo. And he tweeted to his followers like, yo, this movie's a piece of shit. Watch this joint, right? I would be grateful for that. Right? Because there's going to be a whole group of people who watch it who don't like him and will just love my movie because he don't like it.
Yeah.
And then there'll be a whole other group of people who like it for what it is. And so, like I said, it's just the exposure at that point, right? That's the era we live in, just the exposure. Like, you see the clip of the black dude going around with his daughter, and he's talking about what you gotta do to be a black father.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but
it's just like 2 minutes. It's dope though, but it's dope. But I literally saw that joint hit. I instantly went to his page. He was at 85,000 followers by the time I caught to him. Right, by the time a day went by, probably about 16 hours, he was at 200,000.
Wow.
So let me see what he's at right now. But I like that shit though.
Yeah.
Because like I said, him and his girl been vlogging, putting these videos up with their daughter about their relationship, their black love. He in the spur of the moment. He's comfortable in front of the camera now. I'm walking with my daughter. I probably just got into a little tiff with my girl. I know I was wrong. Yo, let me just talk to the people real quick. He grabs his camera while he's holding his daughter, just films and walks. But he's comfortable now because he's been doing it for a while. So his flow of consciousness is perfect and articulates well. And it hits succinctly. Put a little background music to the drop. And I got you. And now he's getting the manifestation of all of his hard work put in. It's like Lou said, I met this nigga Naive Blue next to Beyonce. It's just one of those things where that's the era we live in. So like I said, it's about us putting some structure to this thing, keeping it going. And then one day it's just one person sees one thing, takes one clip, or it might be some hot shit that get us be like, oh, damn, y'all niggas really said it. Or it might be some shit where it's like, yo, these niggas is crazy. Or they might be like, yo, these niggas on to some shit. You never know.
Yeah, it's just timing. You really don't know what's going to take off for you.
No, you never know when you're going to pop. You never know how long that pop is going to last.
Facts, yo. And like I said, his shit started going viral.
Yeah.
And I knew I fucked with him because I saw his story yesterday. He was going crazy because AOC followed him.
Word.
Oh, shit.
And he was going crazy. I was like, he was acting like a fangirl. And that's exactly how I would act if AOC followed me.
Right.
I'm like, man, I'm like desperately in love with that woman.
That's also validation though, because like if any like comedian Godfrey follow me for whatever reason. Like,
yeah, 210 right now.
Oh yeah, he out of here. But even 85. That's
he'll get the blue check soon.
That's social validation too. Like, yo, AOC, that's getting on camera, being like, yo, AOC, appreciate you for fucking with me. People gonna see that and be like, dang, AOC fucking with this nigga? I fuck with this nigga. Let me go fuck with this. I fuck with AOC. Let me go fuck with this nigga. I heard a quote one time that like one of my favorite IG artists posted. He's like, yo, like people don't see you until the people they're looking at see you. So again, if you fuck with AOC and AOC fuck with this dude and you looking at AOC, you're gonna be like,
yeah, come fuck with me.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. That's what you gotta do when somebody with any high level of clout fucks with you. Of course you get on IG live and be like, ABC fuck with me, son, I appreciate it.
And that's why I would be like, I'm a screenshot that Duval tweet. Yo, Duval hate my movie. What y'all think? That's what you do. Like Duval hate my movie. What y'all think? And then someone might be like, it was all right, it could have been better. I was like, I've gotten better. It's my first joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, and then you just go. Like, I want to know what, I'm going to follow him now because now he's a content creator who has expectations on him. What do you do with that moment? Like, this happened with Mike Epps last year. He grabbed this one dude who drew the Grim Reaper standing over the San Francisco Bridge, and it was CGI. And Mike Epps reposted him, this brother. And it took off in the black space because it looked so real and authentic. And I started following him. I seen this dude shoot up because Mike Epps followed. Then there's one guy who's in the CGI, like Mike Epps comedy. And the way social media works is kind of a beautiful thing if you think about it. It really is. It really is. Now, we understand that anything beautiful will be corrupted and turned into a whore to benefit the greedy people of the society. But at the end, at the baseline of what it is, it's a beautiful thing. Yeah. It's a CGI guy who loves Mike Epps and then sees this Mike Epps reposts his CGI guy. Then he follows the CGI guy. Then the CGI guy makes 3 more things that are fire. Then he calls the CGI guy. Next thing you know, this motherfucker working on the next Avengers.
Wow.
Or he's blue next to Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know?
Green.
Yeah.
Green. Green. It was looking turquoise to me. So it's kind of a blend of both. But, you know, but I agree. But it's like I said, and then like, you know, even with Beyonce, when she drops shit, people see the devil horns like, oh my gosh, she's a devil worshiper, Illuminati. And I'm like, oh, niggas is lost in the sauce. Oh, man. How come Illuminati? How come niggas always sign the deals with the Illuminati to just be an actor?
Because we want to get in so
bad. Right.
to
just be
whatever they give.
But why wouldn't you sign a deal for something more? Like, can I sign a deal to be Jeff Bezos?
That is why you need to be a child of God, right? And Jesus Christ will save you, right?
Yeah.
If you accept him into your heart.
I agree with that, but I'm just saying, like, my thing is this. I'm tripping because I'm like, dog, is the devil racist too? Is the devil like, yo, Bill Gates, you sacrifice your mom, I'll make you a billionaire. He's like, I'm done. I got you.
I sacrificed my wife's mom.
He walk up to Jay-Z. Yo, Jay-Z, you sacrifice your people, I'll make you a billionaire. And Jay is like, word, I'm gonna be the richest one in the world. Nah. You're just gonna be one of the smallest billionaires out here. You barely gonna be there actually. And you're gonna have to still tour. You got to still make music. You still gonna have to work your ass off for the money. But you signed it. Like, how come we sign deals with the devil? We still got to work our ass off to get the wealth that was promised. But white people be like, one app, we get $3 billion. Instagram just purchased this one app for $3 billion.
Right. Like,
you don't even gotta work again.
Like, people was like, the baby sold his soul to the devil. I'm like, bro, really? And all he got was a couple platinum plaques. He ain't go for nothing else. Like, nigga, you won't be president or nothing? Like,
right, like you don't
ours are always limited.
You know, if someone said Jay Electronica is part of the Illuminati, I'm like, you know what? I'd be inclined to believe that. Because man's was with Erykah Badu and then married a Rothschild, married a princess and then married a Rothschild.
That's more like unfathomable to me that he was with a Rothschild.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, he was like
niggas make up wild shit about that family.
No, but then the other thing that's beautiful about America, he could just be a nigga with a big dick.
That's true.
Yeah, maybe she was. That's
sad. They could just Miss Rothschild could have just wanted an ententanglement.
Facts.
She got entangled all right.
Yeah. You know, like you said, I better Rothschild, I got a bang for my dollar. I should watch you all. Yo, my nigga Jay Electronica. Yo, I always got this that Farrakhan clip where he's like at the beginning of Ghost Soldier, are you scared to death, Negroes? I'm just waiting for the right moment to post that joint, son. Oh man, I can't wait. Are you scared to death, Negroes? You sit down and you shut up. And you stand and tell your master to come outside and deal with this. I was like, yo, that shit has me rolling. I want to see that. I want to see Farrakhan debating people. Oh. Just for the hell of it. We already did. Fuck it. I want to see it. Like, If we want to see what happens with Trump Wiz, I want to see what happens if Farrakhan debates, because Alan Dershowitz was talking about his with Nick Cannon and shit.
Mm-hmm.
But Alan, you was on the island with the girls, with Epstein, and Alan's also the one telling us that we have to be forced to get this virus vaccine. Like Mr. Dershowitz, I got a question for you, player. First of all,
fucking underage girls.
Yeah. And like I said, man, Bill, I don't want to hear you say shit about Stokely Carmichael. What was you doing on the island, fam?
Why would he say shit about Stokely Carmichael?
He said the movement almost went towards Stokely when he was at John Lewis' funeral.
Oh,
basically, Bill was telling us in that moment that John Lewis is the correct way for change. And I'm saying to myself, John Lewis did it his way. Respect to the king, OG, always. I always have admiration for anybody who can exhibit more of God's love than I will ever be able to. That's just, I just always have respect for people. The person who will hand them, take their shoes off and give them to a poor person, I always will have respect for those people because it ain't me. It's not. I'll take money out of my wallet and give it to the black homeless person, but it's not going to be my 5. It's going to be the one I got next to the 5. That's just me. Because I'm broke like that sometimes. So it's just, to my thought process, it's like, he says, you know, the movement almost went towards Stokely. And it would have been bad if, because, you know, Stokely was more with the, if they want some rah-rah shit, we want some shit.
Rah-rah shit. Yeah, let's go.
But you never talk about the fact Stokely started nonviolent. We never talk about the fact W.E. Du Bois started an integrationist.
Right.
You never talk about the fact Martin Luther King started out as just talking for black folks, but then said, oh, we got to get all the poor people out.
They never talk about the fact that Terry Crews played in White Chicks and is now acting like a white chick. Don't talk about that.
Yo, the meme where it's like white is king too. It's like, oh my God.
Have you seen
I just had to shit on
the Coon tweet?
Oh, yeah.
Conquering our own.
Bro.
Negativity or something.
Yeah. Like,
worst acronym ever.
Coon. Conquering our own negativity.
You're not flipping Coon.
Nah, we can't make that cool.
That's like someone trying to
sound cool.
That's like someone trying to make crack cool.
Hey,
yo, smoke these rocks. Like, you can make. I understand how you can sell lean. It's just a drink. Americans drink every day. It's like alcohol. It's comparable in that way, right? The drinking of it. You know, you just drink it. I understand how you do the leans and the pills and all that shit. It's just drinking. Crack is, you gotta smoke it. You gotta burn your lips. You know, it's just nigga. You can't make crack look cool.
Look, you just gotta have a long pipe. All right.
He tried to do what niggas did to the word nigger with coon. I'm like, we not walking around here like, what's good, my coon? It's not happening.
Good, yo. You cooning hard today?
Right.
You cooning hard today?
Nah, man, you know me, staying cool in the shade.
I'm out here cooning, son. With my coons, me and my coons, dog.
How? Who? Bro, some people just need black people. Like, did you see the Trinidad KFC ad?
Is that
Trinidad James?
Yeah, that's real. Where they put the piece of chicken and the shadow of the chicken is the fist.
That ain't real. Fist? That can't be real.
Huh?
That's so funny.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
I never even heard of this commercial.
Yeah.
Nah, it's like an ad online. Like, it's just a.
I'll come and grab it. I'm about to end this.
That's funny.
What'd you say?
Yeah, no, we're just describing the KFC poster. Yeah,
bro, it was
like
a
drumstick, and then the shadow is the Black Power fist.
Look it up, Lou. It's incredible. Part of me was just like, couldn't you just have your logo in the black fist? Why'd you have to put the chicken in front of it?
You couldn't even just say the Black Lives Matter. Like,
yeah, I know you sell chicken.
Exactly.
I know you sell chicken, and this is where we get into the exploitive part of it, right? They have to exploit their well-intended celebration of the Trinidadian free. They have to exploit it because it's capitalism, right? We got to promote the chicken in this. But bro, you just having your logo in the corner, we know what y'all sell.
Exactly.
Just put the black fist up. Why'd you have to put the chicken? I know what someone thought that was about to be fire.
What?
I don't know who really be thinking. I really do believe at this point that they just do shit for outrage factor because it's spread quicker.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You know, maybe that's what it is. Instead of saying give me your best design, they say give me your worst design.
How do we get motherfuckers riled up?
100%. And they like, yo, Popeyes is already winning. They got this spicy honey shit now on the bits, on the butter, all this other shit going on. They got this sandwich. KFC's like, look, let's offend black people so black people get mad at us, boycott, and then we can at least get the white supremacists coming in.
But is the white supremacist dollar really that long though?
They seem to think it is. I guess it is, because like I said, man, it's not even necessarily the white supremacist dollar. It's the Karen next door who just don't like niggas.
True.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Honestly,
they have layers to how they operate. Like we've been talking about that. So it's just, it's like, I don't see what's wrong with the ad. It was just trying to celebrate and do it in a creative way. I think it was smart and kind of funny. I don't get, why is it such a big deal that we talk about chicken? Oh, thanks, bro.
I think we forgetting that white people also like chicken and Popeyes. So like,
Popeyes is great,
I feel like
that's why.
something like that is unnecessary.
Well, I completely agree. I didn't say it was going to work, but I think like we talking about this as a strategy. It don't mean it's going to work. I just think they underestimate how much white people like Popeyes. We weren't the only ones shooting each other over them chicken sandwiches.
Right, like fighting. Said, nigga, you not in line, I'm in line.
But look, man, when the news only reports when a black man steals some shit, white people, of course, they're gonna be shocked when they see a white man running away with some shit.
You know what my question of the week is? Whatever happened to that the cocaine boat for the CEO of Chase? I know the CEO of JP Morgan.
I remember that.
Yeah,
that was like a couple months ago, right?
Right. Yeah. What happened? It was like a freight boat that came in, and there were like
there was like JP Morgan boat had tons of coke on it.
Tons of cocaine on it. So it was like, what happened with that?
Hey, look, man, you got to feed the troops for this insurrection.
Bruh.
Get that white boy a line of coke, he go kill all them niggas.
Bruh, and that's how I know, like, they ain't really about it. Like, they're not ready, because cocaine is a
hell of a drug.
But
I was about to say.
It's a stimulant.
You set it up, Walt. I had to knock it down.
Hey, there you go. But once you come down, nigga, you useless.
Yeah, I never tried it.
No, cocaine does not last long.
I've done the Addy though. Same shit.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this shit don't last too long.
Nah, man, it's funny though. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be interesting, man, because I'm with you. They've, like I said, what happened to the senators who knew about the virus and moved their stocks? We ain't heard about them niggas either.
4 of them motherfuckers?
Dianne Feinstein and some other Republicans. The one lady was like, I just have mine into an IPO group and they move it for me. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know how they do it. Oh, Rory, you ain't send a text one night? Yo, this shit coming. Move my shit, nigga. That's what you sent Martha Stewart to jail for.
Right.
Someone told her stock was going down. She moved that shit. They was
said,
like,
oh no, I cannot, baby.
And that's how I know Martha probably really isn't racist.
Yeah.
Because like, nah, she did something where white men don't fuck with her. I don't know when she did it, but it's probably behind closed doors, because when she did that shit that they always do, they looked at her like, how could you? How could you do insider trading?
Betrayed all of us.
Exactly. So I think she, if I'm not, I really genuinely feel like at some point she did something. Maybe she stood up for a black intern. She did something. It's like the U.S. women's soccer team.
Yeah.
Like, you know, me white men at the job was like, oh, they're just un-American. Whatever. I'm like, nigga, they the U.S. soccer team. What you talking about? They didn't respect the U.S. It's something they did while they was over there. I forgot these white men were mad because Trump was mad at them. Because they don't like Trump. So now they can't like the U.S. women's soccer team. Right. So then it's like, then it's to the point where it's like, yo, and it's like white men to show you, like, look, that like I saw this joint where it's this white man, I don't want to bring that up. Never mind. My brain was going too far with it. Nah, but anyway, you good. So I was just saying, I generally just think it's just some bullshit with them.
Who was the basketball player that tore his ACL?
Oh, my nigga Jonathan Isaac.
Hey, you know, life comes at you fast.
Look, bro, life comes at you super fast. I wish the brother all the well in the world, but I bet you he, like, and the thing is,
he's definitely rethinking things.
When the thought crossed my mind, I know it crossed my people's mind that he was the only nigga standing. And you the only nigga that blew your ACL shit out so far. You didn't want to take a knee, so
the knee took you.
the knee took you out, nigga. Like, that's all I gotta say. And look, it's fucked up. I get it, but once the thought crossed my brain, I realized it cost the culture's brain. Cause I went to the comment section and niggas had no. They forgot Jonathan Isaac had a mama, a family.
No, he ain't had family at that point. At that point, he is nothing but an example.
Bro,
right?
facts. And you know, every nigga that was thinking maybe I should, and niggas like, I'm dealing like a motherfucker.
No, that's it. Look, I'm kneeling. I'm sitting my ass down. Like, nah.
At some point, you gotta let the universe speak to you, man. When it's telling you some shit, you gotta listen, bro.
Tore his ACL.
When you see, I didn't know who this nigga was.
Right.
So I put it, and then my boy Muhammad from work. So I was like, yo, I was like, bro. Yeah. So I was like, yo, did you see this shit? The only nigga, why is always gotta be one nigga that don't do shit? Because he want to be a part. He ain't put the shirt on, he ain't kneeling, he ain't doing nothing.
Right.
He ain't put the fist in the air. Then you interview him talking about, oh, you know, all lives. He was based on some all lives shit, right? God and everybody does bad things. I'm like, shut the fuck. Okay, nigga.
Why?
Anyway, so at that point, I'm like, yo, just found out who this nigga is. This nigga plays his second game. Shit just blow out. And the thought, like everybody else who just found out who this nigga is, the brain said, there you go. You that one nigga, now you that one nigga that ain't got a knee. Like, it's just that simple, bro. It really is. And it's like, and it doesn't mean it could be coincidence. It could be Ogon. It could be God. It could be whatever you call it.
Hey.
It could be karma. It could be the universe speaking to you. If we as black folks don't take the message, everybody was kneeling, fam. Everybody, white man, everybody. But you. And now your knee gone. The very knee you would have knelt with.
Niggas ain't shit.
Gone. But you know what it is? You know what it is? It's us saying, heal up, brother, and hopefully next time you'll kneel. That's all we saying to you. We saying it in our own way, but it's with love.
Your wise
harsh love.
Your wise love yet?
Facts. It's the harsh love that had the mom, when your mom grabbed the belt. She ain't hit you because she wanted to hit you. She hit you because she loved you, right?
I mean, that's what
she said, at least.
That's what the internet is. That's what the internet is. That's what she said. That's what the internet is for niggas, though. It's that harsh reality. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't wear sandals anymore. You know why I don't wear sandals? I went down south one time, and I was standing talking to my cousin, and red fire ants crawled up my feet.
Oh, shit.
And my first thought was, if I had shoes on, this shit wouldn't happen. And ever since then, I've never worn sandals in public. I might wear flip-flops around the crib, but I'm not leaving the house in them joints. I got to have shoes on all times, anytime. I was at the beach in Italy with Nike boots on.
Damn. Joe, who you murdering?
No, I'm just saying, bro. It's like, but that one moment has ruined a pair of apparel for me for life.
Yeah.
That's how useless sandals are. They're just an extra. You don't need sandals. The game started out as sandals. Sneakers are the perfected versions, right? We said, let's cover the whole foot.
Bro, not just the bottom?
Yeah. And I would like to think the nigga that invented the shoe stepped in some shit with some sandals on. It was like, yo, why don't we just cover the whole fucking foot?
Can't do this no more.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, so I'm sitting here with some sandals on. Niggas is being like ancient with the shit, don't even know it. Yo, you got a more improved version of this. So I'm just anti-sandal for life. Every time I see a grown man in some sandals, besides for Lewis saying you want to roast niggas, I also just be like, oh, he must be somebody's dad.
Wow,
that's my first thought when I see a nigga with some sandals. He better be somebody's dad.
It's someone's father.
Because I've seen hood niggas with flip flops on, but they got the socks.
Yeah, they always.
So
got
they still
socks
got their
and
foot
slides.
covered.
Right.
Thanks, man.
I always got the socks.
That's what I saw in Atlanta, bro. All the
always-
women
Mhm.
wore the slippers.
Yeah, the fuzzy ones.
Bro, that shit was
Yeah.
crazy down
It's the sign
there.
of the bad bitch.
All of one bad. Someone was
Wait,
bad.
you was surprised by that?
No,
Yeah, right,
because
like-
only time I remember those Chinese slippers from the bitches in middle school. My
Yeah.
bad. I'm trying not to say bitches anymore. From the females in middle school.
For the women in middle
Right.
school.
Women, I know because they say females is bitch now, right? So okay, the women in middle school, high school, it was always them Chinese dollar store slipper joints
With the different colors.
with the different colors.
You
They're
know, the
good.
shit was always mesh and it always looked like it was worth
Right.
$1.
Because it was.
It always was.
Yeah.
Or not even $1. What's that store? Not Zora, but the other joint.
What? Not Sally's.
No. That store all the chicks used to go to in the mall. That cheap joint.
Rainbow.
Not Rainbow. That's in the South. It's
Nah, we got Rainbow here.
Nah, it's
Like
not
a
Zora.
clothing
It's
store?
the
Like a Pearson store?
No, it's in the mall.
Justice?
No, it's like
Payless.
you know what I'm talking about though. All the girls used to go to that joint, get the cheap looking and nice looking and cheap clothes. It's comparable to Zora. I think they're parent companies. But not Hot Topic. Fuck.
Dang, bro.
It's not H&M. Not BB.
Nah, H&M.
No.
BB. Damn, bro. I cannot think of it.
It's kind of what Fashion Nova replaced online.
Yeah.
But
Not Baby
Nah,
Fat.
see, now you got me.
not
fucked
Baby
up.
Fat.
I'm over here stressing.
I
We
know
gonna
y'all
end
know
it.
what I'm talking about though. It's that one
Right.
fucking store. None of us get the name right now. That's just
No.
bugging me. 3 minds at work right now. We know what the fuck
Man,
this store
look,
is.
We don't shop with women's clothes.
It's hot pink. It's pink in there. It's pink in there. They got the cheap clothes. Off. What the fuck? I saw a whole documentary about this place because they was fucking up their workers out of LA.
Not Forever 21.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Forever 21.
Forever.
Really,
21.
boy?
That's what
I
it
was
is.
just in that joint
Forever
today.
29.
Right.
Get out of here. I thought I was really straining my brain. I was just in that
Just
store
like,
today.
Like,
man.
wait.
You was at Forever 21 today, nigga?
Yeah, Forever 21 got some men's clothes.
Yeah, but I saw a whole
Yeah.
documentary back in the day where they have their manufacturers in LA and they use migrant workers and underpay them. So basically slavery.
Of course.
So, you know, and I remember they tapped into their rights as US workers and they started to sue the company to get their back pay and overtime that they were owed. And the first thing white people said was, "You're not even real citizens." Didn't matter we was earning the money for y'all niggas. Now that we want the money,
Disgusting.
it's about citizenship. But when we working hard as fuck, what papers? What you need?
That's the first question.
Yeah, but I show up. They're over there.
Why do they get a claim on the money they made?
Yeah.
They not
Capitalism. That's why I walk capitalism, baby.
We'll just
You
leave
couldn't
it at
earn
that.
this money if I ain't have the store for you to work in. That's how these niggas think.
Bars. Look at that.
Earn that money, nigga, if I ain't had a store for you to work in.
Hey, you know what? I would have never gotten sick and had hospital bills if I didn't have to work at the store.
But you wouldn't even have the hospital bills because the only reason you have any reason to live is because I got you a job, nigga. Them capitalism bars, nigga.
Capitalism bars, man. You ain't ready. They ain't ready. They ain't ready.
Everybody made what I make. I won't make any profits. Bars. Yo, did you see this Senate budget? These niggas funded F-30, 134 jets or whatever, some bullshit, right? I'm like, bro, can we just admit that the Pentagon's budget is inflated for the same reason the police forces is. Niggas is getting off the top. They going to take. Come on, son. Let's keep it real, dog. Like, you get most of your riot gear donated to you from the military anyway. And then you pretty much have these inflated budgets. It's not reflected in the cops' salaries at all or their training. So at some point, I gotta ask, where the money going?
Where is the money going?
Only but so many donuts, and you get the donuts for free. Hey. I seen you walk in the Wawa, order some shit, and not go to the register.
Bounce. That's it.
You know, so I get it. You still get all those accolades and benefits of being police officers. You get a Krispy Kreme put in this motherfucker for free if you wanted to. And so, like I said, the budgets are inflated for the same reason the Pentagon's budget is. When you found out the Pentagon spent, what they say, it was like $15 billion. It was like $1 billion on them coffee mugs. Y'all remember those coffee mugs?
Shit.
There's like some special coffee mug or some shit, and they
just shit hot.
And this was Warren's committee in the Senate where they went through and looked at the Senate their spending. Motherfuckers have absorbent shit. They buying coffee mugs for niggas and shit. There's $1 billion for everybody to get the coffee mug.
Apparently, like astronauts also use those coffee mugs like out in space, which is why I do remember that.
The cheap
shit but y'all niggas not in space.
Right.
The first thing you like to say is, yo, well, conservatives are fiscally responsible. I'm like, no, they not, nigga.
Are you?
They not at all. What are you talking about? Well, you know what liberals gonna do is just gonna come in and spend all the money on all the willy-nilly crazy shit. No, they might spend
crazy shit.
Yeah, willy-nilly crazy shit. But nigga, this coffee mugs, bro, facts.
Paying people living salary.
Like, you don't know what this fucking liberal tried to tell me? They want to repair the road because some kids died on it. And I'm sitting here like, look, Amazon won't bring their factory in. All we gotta do is give them the money, and they'll put it up for us. But you want to repair some roads because people dying out here.
Yes.
These goddamn liberals. Always in the way of progress.
Always in the way of progress.
If we get the Amazon put in, we could build the roads ourselves because we had the money from Amazon. Everybody going to make $15 an hour with no health insurance, though. Shoot, $15 when I was coming up with something. Like, nigga, you ain't coming up no more. You here. You there.
And on top of that, like, who's going to start the project?
Nigga, you made it.
Yeah, for real.
Who's going to actually make the road? You?
Amazon that don't pay no damn taxes. That's who.
No. We'll get some illegals to do it. Then deport them.
Some George Bush shit.
Or better yet, let's get some of those kids we got out of prison with the school to prison pipeline. Some of them black kids can work the construction site.
Yes.
You know, that's the only job that they can get now because, you know, they got their record that we purposely gave them and falsified evidence for. You know how hard we work to make sure y'all crime rates stay up? Cops is like, we working hard to make sure these niggas stay guilty.
Stay guilty.
Cops is like, y'all know how hard we work, son. Oh my God, man. You understand, man. The crack has burned my fingers from planting on niggas. I got addicted to cocaine because I had to keep it on me. Every time we shot a nigga, we sprinkled some. And one day he just flew in my nose and I was an addict.
I need help. It was a mistake.
Cops is like, we work so hard to make sure y'all niggas is guilty. Oh my God. You know how hard it is to kill a nigga for walking in an unfinished home and checking it out for a second while he jogging? It's like, oh, man, we got it done. You know how mad it is at that nigga? The fact that they released the video thinking it was going to absolve them niggas of guilt. Of course, like, come on.
Look at them brutalizing him in a different angle.
Can we get the HD version? Sure, it's dropping on May 25th. George Floyd.
Our streaming platforms.
Bro, that's literally what it was. It was like, yo, can we get the Mar video didn't work. We gotta get something else out there. Yeah, okay, I got you. We're gonna wait till she filming. Okay, you got him? All right, cool. Let's choke him. Yeah, man. Like I said, I think we can wrap it up though.
Yeah, man.
This racism is killing me.
Yeah, you know, prayers up to Ali.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to homies.
Hope he gets better.
How do you pronounce Ali's last name?
Son, to this day,
I don't know.
I feel bad. I don't know.
You know him the longest, so you should know at this point.
Yeah, you should be
fuck you, nigga. Nigga Lou's like, well, nigga, you the only one that should really feel bad. I only knew this nigga through you. I'm like, what? Nah, we should all know his name. We should all know his name, nigga. I think it's Ali Shaikh. Shaikh, something like that.
Shaikh. He used to have it on his voicemail, but that was a break ago, man.
Ali Shaikh. Shaikh.
Yeah, he do. He said
something like that. Well, our boy Ali, man. Prayers up to you, bro. I'm praying for you, man. I want to see your face again. I want to hear you say some shit.
Some wild shit.
I just want to hear you talk again, bro. For real, dog. Like, he was there for my judgment day. He was there forever, man. I feel like Ali's like a little cousin to me, man. Like, you know, he's younger. He's younger than all of us, so
yeah.
You know, I think you and Lou might be the same. Lou might be the same age, I think. No.
Like a year.
Yeah, he's a year younger than Lou. But I'm just like, man, that's our boy. Man. It's a shame that it happened the way it did. Yeah. I don't want. Yeah.
That is a really crazy. Like, I'm reading what Jenny sent me. I'm just like, man, that is crazy.
Because I thought to myself, I was like, isn't there like a hurricane on the East Coast? Why would you be at the beach right now?
Is there a hurricane
I don't know.
on the East Coast?
Yeah, Hurricane ISIS. ISIS, whatever. Why you think we've had the freaking
the
rain for like good? That's what we get when there's a hurricane down south. We get the rain from it. Yeah. So, you know, but the ocean stays turbulent because it moves along the coast. Yeah. But my thing is, like I said, man, prayers up. Whatever the circumstances was, no one deserves to have that happen to them. Mm-mm. And like I said, I just hope I get to talk to him again, man. Even if he is unable to walk, I would still want to see him and still. I think Ali would, oddly enough, I don't think that would change Ali that much. Like, I think Ali would still be Ali. That's how cool he is of a person, man. I know it was like anything. It would fuck all of us up if we had to go through that moment in life. But I just hope he gets consciousness again, man, because, like, I know his family depends on him, and
yeah, man.
You know, I want to see him again, man. I just feel like shit right now, honestly. Yeah. Like this podcast has been good. Been able to distract myself for a little bit. I'm about to watch this Houston Rockets game too, but yeah. So we just want to. I'm not gonna say dedicate or anything, but we just want to make sure we're sending positive energy towards Ali.
Yeah, absolutely. We love you, Ali.
And when I see you again, bro, I will ask you how to pronounce your last name. You told me before, but you know who I am. You know I ain't shit.
We do know who Joe Morris is.
You know who Joel is.
I'm pretty sure.
I ain't shit, but I'm trying.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Shake.
Shake. I think so. I think so too. But it feels too easy to be Shake. It feels like it's. But then that just might be my fucked up American mind. Thinking we got to put some extra to this name just because it's spelled out. Yeah, it's an H where it shouldn't be, an I where it couldn't be, and so we got to put some extra funk in it when we say it. But it could probably just be Shake. You're right. But yeah, man, damn. Prayers up, yo. But all right. This is the TWEOM podcast. I've been your host, Joel Morris.
Your other host, Lee the 15th. Let it run, Ali.
And it's your other host, Walt Rid. Peace.
Peace. See you soon, Ali.
For sure.